What's going on?
Tell me.
People dying.
Yeah.
People crying. Lord help us.
Come on.
So, today, first day of JUA, went to this place, the Mira, talked to Carlos. Definitely gave us some good information. It was a lot more interesting than I thought.
That's right.
I am Carlos Saavedra. I've been in the country since I was 12 years old and I'm from Peru. Our main mission again is to work for the rights and opportunities of the immigrant community.
Today was my first day at JUA. I had a good experience. I learned a couple new things today I hadn't really known before today. You know, we went to go see this guy named Carlos who works at this stuff called Mars, and basically works with this coalition that helps international students, get organized and go to college.
6 and 7-year-old children in state prison with learners just because their parents brought them here and they're immigrants and they're illegal, they've been caught. That's pretty weird.
Well, the country would basically torture these people before, sending them back to the country. I thought, we could at least just send them back or have a little place where they gather and, aren't in harm's way. But, and other than that, he really just explained to us about undocumented people and how hard it is for them to go to college, get all the same opportunities now, so they really don't have equal opportunities as anyone else, even if their parents are hardworking. Maybe earn more than other people or work harder than them, they still won't have that many opportunities.
Also, wir waren heute im Einkaufszentrum und haben zu ein paar Einwanderern gesprochen. Und wir haben eine Frau getroffen, die wollte eigentlich nicht wirklich mit uns reden. Und nach einer Weile hat sie uns dann erzählt, dass sie in die Staaten gekommen ist, um hier zur Schule zu gehen. Und dann halt hier geblieben ist. Und dann haben wir noch einen Typ aus China getroffen. Und der konnte nicht wirklich Englisch sprechen. Und so war das Interview nicht wirklich erfolgreich.
So today on our experience, we went and interviewed people in the Prudential Center, and it's pretty interesting how a lot of people didn't even speak English. We tried to interview 2 people and they didn't speak English, they just kind of looked at us weird. But one lady, she did speak English, said she was from Kenya.
We also went and asked questions to some people, mostly to immigrants that we thought were immigrants, and we learned what they did and why they came over and how they had to leave their families for it, why they wanted to gain more money.
People didn't really understand sometimes. We had 2 people that just didn't understand our questions. We had one guy from India who was pretty cool, talked to us for a while, but it was pretty fun. Hard to find out if someone was an immigrant because you don't know what to ask them to not be rude, but it was good.
We interviewed some immigrants and a lot of them talked to us. They were afraid or annoyed with our questions. There was this one guy that did, and he told us his life story, and it sounded pretty tough. So it kind of makes me glad that I didn't have to do that, but it's pretty crazy. So I guess we'll see what happens tomorrow.
In Massachusetts, it's Portuguese is the second most spoken language in the state after English. It's not Spanish, it is Portuguese. We have about 1 million Portuguese speakers living in Massachusetts, which is about 16% of the state's population. And although Spanish is the second most spoken language in the country, it's not the case in Massachusetts.
His organization did help people who were immigrated from a Portuguese-speaking country that maybe have AIDS or maybe got in trouble with the law or anything else, any help that anyone needs. But I liked how he said they didn't discriminate against people. Anybody creates help.
Maps today. The guy was talking about why people tend to be in gangs, the immigrants tend to be in gangs. So a lot of talk about legal immigration.
The guy who talked to us was from Portugal, and so he could tell us about his own experiments and how it was for him to come to the Americas. And he said that immigration families have a really hard life in America because they have to work so much, and so they can't take care of the kids, and they get into trouble because of drugs and wrong friends and stuff.
You say you're coming as a tourist, but you don't look and you don't seem to have the conditions of someone who's a tourist or something like that.
The borders are closing and becoming more strict. That's just making more people want to come over here. Like more, they think that their time is being limited, so more and more are just coming in every day. And some are even going as like to lengths as go to Canada first, and then just cross the border.
Illegal immigrant, that's not a term that the Mexicans like to hear because they themselves as a person are not illegal. The undocumented or unauthorized immigrant is a little better, but illegal is just, I don't know, not a nice word to use.
Like strengthening our borders actually creates more immigration to the United States.
But it didn't work, so I'll choose the picture for myself. First class, big hotels, can't quite put my finger on it. Videos, global sales, I can't quite put my finger on it. Free